Whatever. Actually, I think Tyron's audio is just broken. I think that's what's going on. Or my audio is broken. Oh, I know what the issue is. Boom. Okay, technical issue solved. Big brain coming in hot. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. I was gonna say, I never remember Tyrone's audio being this buzzy before. Okay, excellent. Glad we get that squared away as we roll into Cap Kingdom here. Both players having some pretty sick times in the tournament, in the league. Nice, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. But yeah, both these players coming in with a pretty solid average runtime. PsioNick unfortunately not grabbing a sub-hour average runtime within the regular season of play, but pretty dang close. Best run being 58.56. Tyron having the slowest run being a 58.41. That is actually kind of insane. That kind of blows me away, to be quite honest. Also worth mentioning, the best run by PsioNick is actually 5 seconds slower than Tyron's slowest run so far. So PsioNick is absolutely going to have to put his foot on the gas here. Go crazy mode. Tyron is definitely crazy. You gotta be a pretty consistent gamer to get world record in a game as optimized as Super Mario Odyssey. That is for sure. So I'm seeing a little bit of upsetty spaghetti in the chat room about the fact that playoffs are single elimination. One of the things we were trying to do with this league was keep the runtime duration a little bit lower than previous leagues. Make sure that as many people as possible would be able to and want to play in it. So, be careful what you wish for, because if we have a, you know, round robin plus double elimination and then a group stage, like at some point people are just not gonna play. So, tournament must end sometime. Both opting to go for the standard route here in Cascade. No DSS from either player. Not a huge surprise. It's been kind of the meta this season. Not going for DSS. I think Dansta in the chat room, the only player really consistently going for DSS. Dude's kind of cracked. Maybe a little bit nuts. PsioNick in here rigging the channel points. Look, I get it. Cool cat coins. They're very, very important. Not sure we need a scandal, though, about this. PsioNick, please reconsider. A little bit weirded out by the chat right now. Apparently conspiring against Tyron, wanting him to get kicked out of the league, but also voting for him? I don't... Come on. Alright, coping is acceptable. Coping is good. Definitely a lot of nerves coming into play in a game like this. A lot on the line. This is a $1,000 prize pool tournament, so it's kind of, you know, high stakes in that regard, but I think the clout is a real important part here. Both players skipping over the action guide. They do not need to know the controls, believe it or not. I think they've got them down. Played a couple games of Mario in their life. As we're rolling into Sand Kingdom here. You gotta love when the background matches up with the kingdom you're in. If only there was some sort of technology to keep that on at all times. I have to get the tech crew on that. Both of them going for reverse town here, as expected. Looking at my sheet here, my notes from our wonderful stats man, and it looks like both players have been going for the new fast stand route with the platform flip. So let's see if that comes into play here. Tyo just a little bit behind here in Sand Kingdom. It's hard to keep up with King Tyron when he starts getting on a roll. It's like, this dude has extremely good lines. This dude makes very clean movements everywhere. We're really going to be looking for Tyron to make a pretty big mistake here that will give Nick some sort of hope, because otherwise it's kind of an uphill battle. But we have seen Tyron make some pretty sizable mistakes in the league, notably in his match versus Stravos, getting kleptoed in Lost Kingdom. So definitely not bulletproof. Mistakes can happen. Dropped inputs can happen. But Mario is a very RNG light game in most scenarios, in most games, and SMO is no exception. It's almost all just you versus the game. There's not a whole lot of variables coming into play. See here, Tyron here first to go for the platform flip and gets it. Would be keeping out of bounds here. It almost looks like Mario clips in every single time, but Mario's position in the animation for grabbing a moon is not really indicative of anything, to be quite honest. Looks like we actually just got a donation on our Urban Arts Spring fundraiser from Nearzak. So Nearzak, thank you so much for the $25. Really appreciate that. We're trying to throw some support at Urban Arts. They're a fantastic organization that helps send students to college. So if you are interested in helping some underprivileged students get into the arts and technologies behind game design, diversify the field of game development, that would be super cool. Use exclamation point UA to learn more about that. Yeah, chat pogging about the sub 10 sand with no DSS. Pretty cracked. New sand routing, a little bit broken. Very solid late clip from Tyron here. We'll see if PsioNick can back it up, or follow it up rather. Pretty solid from PsioNick as well, assuming we stay out of bounds here, which we are. Very nice. Good out of bounds movement. Yeah, Tyron having really, really good late clips throughout this regular season. Pretty much always throw at his cab, getting through the wall instantly. PsioNick pretty solid as well, but it just shows you just how much dedication and time Tyron has put into this game. Like, to just show up week after week and just play so consistently, it's very impressive to watch. Apparently 2022 is just like the year of just abandoning DSS. I feel like late 2021, a lot of people like just started doing runs without DSS and are like, look, I can get really good times and not reset every single time I get to Cascade. And yeah, that's definitely translated into tournament play where consistency is extremely important. I'm surprised more players aren't kind of like Hail Marying DSS versus Tyron though. I guess it really doesn't make that huge of a difference in the long run, so I get it. You definitely don't want to put yourself behind Tyron starting out, you know, missing DSS a couple times, bonking, falling in the river or something. Like, it can get really messy. Alright, so we are landing now in Wooded Kingdom. Little bit of rabbit abuse to start things off here before grabbing the shot moon. As always, the big question mark in Wooded Kingdom, gonna be Nut Clip. I'm not sure if the new sand route would be like a reason to skip DSS. I feel like DSS is already like kind of being unfavored by a lot of runners. It's kind of doing it to itself, I guess. Definitely a little bit more incentive though, right? Like, especially if you're going for like a specific time, like you're like, oh, I'm trying to get, you know, that sub hour, that 58, even a 57, like, maybe not a 57, okay, maybe go for DSS if you're going for a 57, but, you know, surely if you're going for a 58, you can probably cut out DSS if you're doing it in runs. Probably not needed. Oh, and the stats plugin is working fantastic. We're having some minor technical difficulties with the stats plugin earlier today, but if you want to follow along with all the splits, you're into the numbers, exclamation point SMO stats in the chat room. Our fantastic stat sheet will appear. You got the head-to-head tab. You can check out exactly what times players are exiting and entering kingdoms, as well as a variety of other things, trick consistencies. Lots of cool nerdy stuff. I like it. Big fan. Chat getting Sag, no maze clip. We did actually see Tyron go for maze clip in week 11, which was pretty interesting. I think obviously the main reason being that the points at that point really didn't matter too much in that matchup, so Tyron just kind of, I think there was like a dare or something, somebody dared to do it. I think Mitch or somebody, I'm not really sure, but yeah, probably not going to see that in RTA runs anytime too soon, although Tyron is pretty cracked. Could be crazy enough to go for it. Not sure how exactly precise that clip is, or if it's more of a difficulty thing, but it's very interesting because, like, I don't know, there's other games where like there's tricks where you could go for like a frame perfect trick or whatever, and if you miss it, you know, your entire run's dead. You have to reset, and it's not that uncommon, but a lot of times those games where that happens, the frame rate's like, you know, 40 or like 30, like 20 FPS. You know, in this game we got 60 frames. Like, there's a lot of frames to keep in mind. There's a lot of facing directions, a lot of freedom of movement. So going for those really, really precise tricks is pretty scary, as we see Tyron entering the flooded pipes here. Oh, and PsioNick just taking a little bit of a bonk there, going for the nut around the corner. Struggling a bit as Tyron getting a very fast cycle here in the flooded pipeways. For anybody just joining us here, you know, maybe you haven't been watching the entire league, you don't quite know the format. Basically had about 2 months straight, a little over 2 months, of the players in the league playing each other round robin. So we had 12 contenders coming into the ring from either they've been invited from a past league, they played in through the open tournament, and now the players who had the best scores throughout the event are playing in the playoffs, single elimination, round 1. Here, Tyron versus PsioNick, and we have 3 more matches this weekend, so one right after this, and tomorrow, same times, so make sure to set your clocks, make a note. I guess most people have phone alarms now. I guess nobody really uses clocks anymore. This is 2022, but the other match today is Dansta versus Buster, so that should be an exciting match as well. Yeah, there's no more sleeper matches, that's for sure. Every single match is going to be a banger. There's not a whole lot left to play, but every single game is going to be very exciting. Unfortunately not grabbing that cloud hint art there on the side of PsioNick. Gonna have to grab the hint art in Metro. It's a very easily spottable, you know, time save that Tyron has made over PsioNick. I was commentating a match with Gannon a while ago, and she's talking about invisible time save. Very hard to spot stuff. And Tyron's like kind of a god of that, right? Like, literally just like wooded shot movement saving seconds. It's like, okay, how are you doing this, Tyron? Like right there. Like what is that speed? Like, how do you do that? I'm a little bit terrified right now. Oh, that's why I was terrified. It's never a good sign when the runner comes into the chat and says, And suddenly, PsioNick has a breath of fresh air right here. Tyron taking an uncharacteristic death in Lost Kingdom, giving a bit of a window of opportunity. Obviously, PsioNick not ahead, but certainly not quite as far behind here. We'll have to check the lost exits to see what kind of lead shift we're going to have, but PsioNick needs to keep it together, right? Like, PsioNick is definitely not immune from making a similar mistake. Dansta feverishly demanding an upset here, as I believe the next round matchup for Dansta is going to be Tyron, if I'm not mistaken, if Tyron were to win this match. So perhaps wanting to rig the election here. And that is true. So that's interesting. We did really good on scheduling. Shoutouts to the runners. Thank you so much for being available this weekend, because like we have 2 back-to-back matches today, and they're on the same side of the bracket, and then 2. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize Io died. Oh no. I got so involved in the bracket. I got invested in the Tyron death. I blame Dansta somehow. So yeah, I believe both of these last segments will be submitted to the next BTT. Both players probably going to be pretty proud of these ones, as Psio taking another death here. That one, a lot better. A lot better. At least we were, you know, trying to get back to the Odyssey now, so that's good. Yeah, an absolutely heartbreaking loss from Psio there. Obviously, Tyron not having a great one either, but that's kind of the opportunity for success there. Fortunately squandered. Alright, both players having a little bit of spaghetti. Not the end of the world. Maybe a little bit of nerves. I don't know, coming into this, you're probably not feel the pressure too much, you know, leading up to it, but I guess once you get in that position, you start making a couple of mistakes. It can kind of get a little out of control. Heart rate can go up. Hands get a little bit sweaty. Yeah, Tyron's saying that he's human in the chat, when we can all see the webcam clearly. A dinosaur is eating that pizza, so I don't know. I don't know what you take us for it. Tyron managing to avoid the 3 cycle with probably the freest pattern you can possibly get. We'll see if he's able to maintain this lead. We've seen Tyron can make mistakes. He's claimed that he is in fact human. I like how Dancer just has no shame. Like, I want an easier opponent. No ifs and or buts. Like, some people would be like, no, I want to play Tyron, like, let me at him. It's just like, I hope Tyron gets stuck in traffic and gets disqualified. Like, I hope his controller crumbles to dust mid-match. I can respect it. I mean, man wants to win. I get it. Tyron grabbing a scoot clip there. Driving by, easy, easy. Bio about to join him in Day Metro. That's a great question. Why are there several viewers? It must be that people really enjoy SMO speedrunning. That's my expert analysis. Speedrun racing actually goated? Question mark. I mean, let's be honest here. Dansta is an organizer for the event, so I think he knows the results better. I mean, how things could go. Well, building here, looking solid for Tyron. PsioNick gonna have to match that. Unfortunately, not getting the roll cancel around the corner. Gonna directly contact with the wall. And those bonks lose a sizable amount of time. Doesn't really seem like it, but you know, you bonk in every kingdom. A lot of kingdoms. Adds up real quick. Speedrun chat being notoriously hopeful. Tyron is in fact ahead right now. For those uninitiated in the ways of SMO Any percent. We're in the same kingdom right now, but Tyron does have quite a few moons in the lead. And just go for the standard people's room. No point in trying to go too crazy here. Oh man, PsioNick just having a little bit of a rough time here with the bonks in Metro Kingdom. Fortunately not being able to chain things together. It's really rough to look at the stat sheet and see that Tyron's lead actually grew in Lost Kingdom. Tyron's been lucking out, like, honestly, with the lost, like, deaths and kleptos. Like, the runs where he has lost deaths or kleptos, like, his opponents end up not capitalizing it, unfortunately. And, you know, you'd love to see the upsets, but, It's looking like we're slipping away here, and the PsioNick is able to absolutely put the pedal to the metal. We'll have to see something bad come out of Tyron. At least one big mistake, because it's around a minute time difference right now. In terms of SMO any percent, a minute is a lot of time. Apparently missing a lot of stuff in the race right now. Reverse people room out of PsioNick is actually swag and cracked. I'm sad I missed it. If you'd like to help with these events in the future, we will be hosting more SMO related content. We always need extra voices in the booth, whether you have experience with, you know, talking, radio, that kind of thing, or if you have a lot of experience in the game, we need both types of people to make the machine work. Point volunteer in the chat room. We'd love to hear from you. Chat trying to egg PsioNick to go for every possible thing in the game. ICC, I don't think we're going to find that in this race, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. Never say never. VGR, that's probably just because I get behind a lot on a variety of different things. A lot of different things going on behind the scenes. But I do get out to everybody. Don't worry. Okay, that's a lie. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes you gotta DM me, and then sometimes you gotta DM me again. But I try my best. I promise I'm trying over here. Oh man. Especially if you like DM me about something like right when an open tournament starts, and I just sent out like 70 DMs to people about scheduling. I probably will miss like 40% of the DMs I get. Actually impossible. I need to get a better system for that. Triple X in shambles. You always like it when there's some friendly banter between the players in the chat room during the race. I know that's been banned in tournaments before, but I feel like that's just like, that's just part of it. I feel like that's just part of it. Like, I feel like live events would be kind of weird because that would be like impossible. Like, would we have runners like literally shouting over the TVs at each other? Is that the strat? Is that the live event strat? And going for the snow jam. Can he get it? The hardest trick jump in Super Mario Odyssey. That is crazy. I think that's an Elite Dangerous God version 2. Shout out to PsioNick. So I want to apologize. I think it's really important that I get this apology out there. I just want to apologize to all the Seaside enjoyers that I've hurt in the past with my comments about Seaside. I'm coming around on Seaside. I was playing some Mario Odyssey the other day, and I was running around in Seaside. This kingdom's not bad. This kingdom's pretty good. I just think the music is pretty boring. Which is fine. It fits the kingdom. I guess the mood of the kingdom is it's kind of chill, right? So it makes sense, but I think my only criticism is if you think that's your favorite song in the game. I think you need to listen to the rest of the soundtrack again. But Kingdom, it's growing on me. I'm okay with Seaside. Especially with the new fish routing, it's pretty cool. Chat revolting against my apology. I thought I was gonna bring balance, but instead I've just caused chaos. Oh well, I tried. So Tyron managing to get fish dip. Can PsioNick get it as well? Going for, I think that was double bonk. I'm gonna say that and somebody will tell me it was like triple sideways omega bonk. Oh my goodness, what is happening? It looks like PsioNick actually uncaptured the fish. That is a very strange mistake. Very unfortunate. Having to go manual swimming here. That's the part where you wish for a moment you might be playing on Joy-Cons. Having a down through there would have been very nice. But that was a very strange mistake out of PsioNick. Very unfortunate. That was pretty good. There's a lot of good kingdoms. Also, I just noticed we are at 1,999 followers. Gamers, if you're not already followed, please drop a follow. Playoffs are heating up. We've got other events on the horizon. SMO and otherwise. Highly endorse following CCG. Kind of goated organization, if I may say so myself. Oh my gosh, Tyron making a mistake. Chat about to revolt. Yeah, pretty hyped that we're hitting 2,000 followers. Hopefully today, so that's very cool. Shouts to everybody for supporting CCG and the tournament. Could not put these events on without the support of the community, the runners, people in the commentary booth, our stats man, community organizers like Dance Stuff. Really a whole cool ecosystem that all comes together here as Tyron is absolutely sailing through the movement there. That was some pretty cool looking stuff. I like that. Just as I say that, I don't think that was what we were going for there. But, you know, we'll just pretend like it was. It was a pretty cool ground pound roll with a spinny cap throw thingy. I liked it. I think it'll become standard. Oh, you meant to uncapture the fish in Seaside, really? Guess I don't understand the logistics behind that. We have just hit the 2K mark, so that's pretty cool. Number go up. Very based, very epic. Road to 3K, poggers. Kanocat is such a good emoji. That emoji should be just like a 7TV global or something. Both players obviously going for the spiritless routing here. PsioNick finishing up slots as Tyron is grabbing both the turnip moons. Oh, is it really on BTTV? I feel like you should definitely ask before you do that, because kind of weird champ to upload like sub emotes. I don't know if Kano did that on BTTV, but yeah, it'd be kind of weird to do that otherwise, but... Yeah, I would definitely ask Kano about that one. But yeah, Sayo having some issues here, making his way over without the lava bubble. Oh, oh, that's a death. Rough. PsioNick just unable to chain things together today, unfortunately. And it's starting to look like Tyron is going to run away with this one. Almost done with Luncheon here. Going to be going into Ruin Kingdom, and then, of course, Bowser's and Moon. Which, you know, are pretty difficult kingdoms, but there is a pretty sizable gap between them now. $5,000 million. Or what was it? I think it was Korean won. Or no. There was something else. Israeli something. I can't remember what specific type of funds we're using to save money here at CCG. Certainly isn't cool cat coins. Those are the #1 currency in the world right now, I believe. Whole markets are collapsing in terms of currencies, but not cool cat coins. Cool cat coins, extremely valuable. Looks like Bland is going to have to pay the 5,000 million fine. As PsioNick going to pay the death tax here. Taking a bonk on the invisible block jump. That's a hard one. Definitely a hard one. Oh, and another death on invisible block. The question marks flying in the chat from PsioNick. That's a rough one. One more cycle for the dragon on the side of Tyron, as PsioNick has a couple more moons to wrap up here in Luncheon. Finishing up the sub area and doing the timer challenge will be the final moon here for him. And oh my goodness. Is that the Menace Chomp raid coming in? Insane. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm a little bit confused because Menace was asking me to race in about 2 hours. Maybe taking a break. Maybe too scared, honestly. I get it. I get it. I'm a pretty scary opponent, Menace. I understand. I don't know if I could go through with a challenge against myself either. Oh my gosh, and legendary Runosh is here. That's freaking about some like view count thing. I don't know what that is, but I do know that celebrities in the chat do make me nervous. So Runosh, please do not speak. Please go somewhere else. I'm too scared. I'm blushing. Alright, so Tyron headed out of Ruined Kingdom here as Sio is just touching down. Bowser's is the last bastion of hope for any PsioNick copers in the chat right now. If you are looking for a possibility, this is your kingdom. Look at all that open space, like Tyron. Doesn't that look inviting? Looks warm. Looks like a really comfy time down there. I think you should check it out. Signed, the PsioNick supporters. And Dancing. Who's really just looking out for himself. I'm surprised how many people are like shocked that people watch Twitch without video. Like, do people not like, I don't know, just like open a stream, have it in the background and like tab out? Because I do that a lot. I like to just like listen to people talk like it's a podcast. Unless it's, of course, the Cool Cat Gang channel, then my eyes are both fixed on the computer monitor at all times, like full screen. I got the chat on a separate monitor, taking up the entire monitor. Not even blinking. Yeah, blinking is not allowed. If you're watching the stream and you're blinking, yeah. Perhaps reconsider. Menace Monk, mod in the channel, claiming to view bot in the channel. A little bit concerned, but we'll pretend it's a joke. Getting a little bit toxic. Alright, Tyron here going for Bowser Jam. Gonna nail it. No problem. No surprise. The Badabun of SMO is absolutely cruising here. Munching on pizza. You gotta wonder where the Coke is at. I feel like Tyron needs a sip emoji and it needs to be like a Coke. I guess it's gotta be like off-brand Coke. Because you probably can't have Coke. I don't know, maybe you could. I mean, we have like straight up just like copyrighted characters and emotes all the time. Oh. Alright, that is now canonically a Coke. Alright, PsioNick here, a bit desperately trying to catch up. Or at least trying to go through the motions here, taking out the ogre. Definitely making up a little bit of time there. Tyron got a bit stuck underneath the ogre when battling it. But PsioNick making quick work of it. Tyron enjoyers in the chat sipping on their colas, enjoying the sights as their streamer is looking like he might be moving on to the semifinals here. PsioNick unable to grab that final shard, unfortunately. That's a great question, esteemed runner Runosh. 69 is possible. It's unlikely, but it is possible. It is indeed a time. It's not how you'd normally read the time, but, you know. Alright, Mecha Brutal Fight used to be probably the most hyped up part of the entire run, but these runners at this level are just so insanely cracked at mech. It's very rare we see a fall when runners are, you know, on a decent pace, when the race is close. Once things start crumbling and falling apart, it's a lot more common, but, you know, not to say it never happens. We've definitely seen some mech mishaps in the league so far, but moral of the story is these runners are just too cracked. Tyron going for new TA here and knocking out Topper. Really, really solid mech from Tyron. Counting seconds like that really stresses me out. Like in OBS, you can't like put in like do this thing after 2 minutes. It's always like 400,000 milliseconds, and it's like, oh my, like I gotta like go to Google and be like, how many milliseconds is this many minutes? Like who thinks like that? I don't know. Stresses me out. Followers still pouring in. Appreciate all the support, guys. We did hit 2K followers not too long ago in this very race. Pretty huge milestone. Big CCG support. You can also check out our socials, guys. Got the YouTube channel where all the VODs are uploaded. Twitter where we post tournament announcements, race announcements, all sorts of good stuff. And of course the Discord. We can just, you know, chill with the runners. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. PsioNick having a little bit of a fun time with the crates area there. Tyron is touching down in the Moon Kingdom, so the end is near. Looking like he's going to be able to put a cap on this one with a pretty good time, honestly. Considering we had a death and lost in a pretty bad area, this is a pretty sizable speedrun W, in my opinion. So Sayo here on his own mech fight going for new TA. It looks like he'll be able to knock out Topper as well. So both players nailing mech. Fortunately, Sonic just not able to keep it close enough in this one. Tyron into the final Bowser fight. Perhaps continuing that undefeated streak. This dude has not dropped a single race in the entire tournament so far. It has been like almost 3 months at this point of league play. And Tyron has not lost a single match, which is pretty sick. Even for someone as like established as Tyron, like being able to say that you have not dropped a single race in that amount of time versus these caliber of players is like pretty impressive. I like how Mads is like, check out the stat sheet. Also, there's also the bracket, but you know, who wants the bracket? I agree. I think the stat sheet's better. You should probably check out the stat sheet. If you want the absolute bare information, go check out the bracket. But if you want the nitty gritty, go check out the stat sheet. All right, Tyron here into the collapse sequence. Short of victory, strut away from victory. Big question on my mind. Are we going to see a victory 2DSS? This dude almost always goes for it. I think we will. All right, cat jam sequence. Everybody in the chat excited about 2DSS. Me, I'm just falling asleep. It's just another walk in the park for Tyron, honestly. What I'm really excited about is the cat jams. I want to see the cat jams. Pour it out in the chat room. This dude deserves it. Undefeated so far in the league. Gonna extend that today and move on to the semifinals where he'll face either Buster Doggy or Dansta. We'll find out right after this. We got one more match coming up. So don't go anywhere. Keep yourself locked in your chair. Unless we have absolute disaster strike, which is not going to happen. Tyron gonna knock things out here with a 58. Or is this a... No, it's got to be a 58. Oh, I have no idea. I'm so bad at predicting the end of these timers. 58.04. Very beautiful stuff. Shout outs to our dinosaur friend. But also shout outs to PsioNick for showing up, putting up a good fight. This was a hard match to win for anybody. But I'm glad to see Psio make it deep into the event, make it into the playoffs. Hopefully we'll see him back next year. The final escape sequence from PsioNick this year in the Any Percent League. Does he go for gold? Does he go for 2DSS? I think he's gone for it a couple of times. I think it's definitely in the cards. You got to go out with the bang, right? I think it's mandatory. Could prove me wrong, but I'm expecting it. Oh, let's go. Ah, dang. Okay, one more try, Oh, yep. Okay, we are up there. Psio grabbing it 2DSS as well. A little bit slippery there, but does make it work. Absolute cracked gamer. Let's make sure we get all sorts of jam emojis in the chat for Psio. One final bang for our gamer. Dude's put up a hell of a fight all season long. Unfortunately, just going up against the king round one, it's hard to make it happen. First double 2DSS in a race. That's actually pretty sick. That's an acceptable amount of jam emojis. I think chat's doing a pretty good job. Okay, the rat jam's coming out. At least it's not Pepe D's. I've only seen one Pepe D, so good job, chat. We'll call it a passing grade. We're going to finish things off with the 101. Not the time we were hoping for today from PsioNick, but hey, some days just can't grab that sub hour in a race, and that is a-okay. That is a very hard thing to do. Love to see some support for PsioNick in the chat. Our good friend. Unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to him, but hopefully we'll get him into the booth for an interview here, along with Tyron. We'll see. Pause. Haven't actually looked at the chat, so I might just be prefacing something that will not happen. Okay, no, both of them are coming in. Let's go! You'd love to see it. And I'm going to remember to turn on the commentary voice. Let's go. Perfect. Great job, me. Hello. Damn. Oh my god, I'm terrified. It's like a jump scare. I'm sorry. Hello. How you guys doing?
Hi. I'm doing okay.
Swell.
Epic.
I'm okay.
Feeling good.
That was fun. Yeah.
PsioNick.
We had an exceptional loss.
Oh yeah.
Both of us. That was great.
Yeah,
insane.
You guys are gonna like clip those for later, right? And retime it and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Of course.
Put that in the sheet. BTT
Of course. Yeah. Oh, Matsy letting me know that I did get a 215, so Pog cap. So let's go. I'm happy. 58. My split says 5802 as well, so I don't know if that's correct, but maybe. I could have gotten 57 there, but I messed up pillars. It is what it is. But other than that, I mean, apart from the death and lost and like, I don't know. What did I hit? Oh yeah, I don't even know what happened in 9 Metro. I don't know what the hell is that. Yeah, other than that, am I happy? Pretty cool.
Yeah, moving on. Must be a good feeling for sure. PsioNick, I gotta ask, when Lost Kingdom you saw Tyron die, how are you feeling? And then how are you feeling after you took your own tumble?
I was kind of like, after he died, I was like, I'm not as far behind as I thought I was. And then, like, I think what happened was I was a little too far back when I grabbed the moon before reverse torpedo. And then I should have, what's the word, shaken? I should have shaken. I should have shaken the controller to get the torpedo, but I did not, and I kind of went for it, and it didn't work out. So I just died.
Yep. Classic.
Dying in the
moment.
speedrun. Good times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, obviously, it's been kind of a long road. You are eliminated out of the tournament today. What are your overall thoughts of the league? How are you feeling about SMO in general? And,
Okay.
moving forward, what's the plans?
So, if you could give me the floor for a moment, I'd like to make a speech.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
About everything, really. First, I'm not gonna stop playing the game, obviously. Why would I? Well, I mean, I guess you could make many arguments to why I should stop playing the game, but I will not stop playing the game, no matter how much you will say stuff. Number two, I didn't play bad today. I could have played worse, like I played against Eek that one time. I got like a high 102. But I didn't play that bad. I just made a few very big mistakes, like in Lost, Wooded, Seaside, Luncheon, especially Luncheon, etc. And I'm gonna get 57 soon because I have to one up my past self, Like, I can't just leave myself in the dust. I gotta one up myself like a year and a half ago, or whenever I got my last PB, or a year ago or something. And it doesn't matter if somebody else gets it first, well, Jembo already got it first, but it doesn't matter if Strav gets it first. It doesn't matter if Buster gets it first before me. I'm still gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep playing this game. I'm kind of saying this so I can, like not have any excuses when I get demotivated. So bear with me.
Yeah, self accountability is important.
Yeah, and oh yeah, Dance to 2.
Yeah, Dance.
Forgot about Dance stuff.
Yeah, that guy.
And you know, one final word. Tyron is a worthy opponent, and he has been playing the game for longer than I have. But also, that is no excuse that I lost today. He's worked harder than anyone else ever has in this game, and works harder than a lot of speedrunners. Just one of the most dedicated people I've ever come across. Like, him and Ndide really are two of the most dedicated people I've ever met online in speedrunning community. And I'm really grateful to be a part of it. So yeah, good job, Tyron.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the words.
Beautiful.
Thank you, bro. I mean, I don't know if I'm quite data level yet, but I
Wait,
consider
level?
myself dedicated.
Oh,
And
dedicated.
Did it?
Oh, Ndide level.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm there yet.
Yeah,
But-
it'll take a while to get to Ndide level, but Ndide is on he's on a whole another plane.
I
But
mean,
you're
yeah.
getting there.
I mean, once I get 56, I dip for a bit. What?
I mean,
Oh, wait, what?
I mean,
You know?
I won't knock you for it. I mean,
Yeah,
play whatever you
yeah, I
want.
don't know. It's stressful. It's stressful.
It is.
Yeah, definitely a pretty
Ugh.
admirable grind, though. I do appreciate the positive vibes, and I'm excited to hear that you are, motivated to grind. And
I mean, I haven't played the game in like 5 days. I was gonna practice yesterday, but
no.
I got two shots. I got 2 shots in the tuberculosis test yesterday, so I was like, I'll just not play today.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So that's my
well,
excuse.
Fair enough.
all right.
My
Well,
one excuse.
we're gonna get set up here for the next matchup. So don't anybody go anywhere. You can go grab a drink. You can go use the restroom, but come back here in about 15 minutes. We're gonna be starting up Dansta versus Buster Doggy. I don't know if we can get a closer matchup, honestly. I believe Dansta lost to Buster in the regular season, so I don't know. Gonna be a little bit of a grudge match. Excited for it. Everybody stick around, and we'll be back at 4:30 Eastern for that. So see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good luck to the runners. Bye-bye.
Good luck.